let's go. Let's go into our NFL. Our week. Is it week 13 recap already? I think. Yeah.
Week
Sounds like it.
13.
Yeah. So Ethan, have you ever gotten the first pick?
I still have not. Nope. We go over this every
Still
week.
have not. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Oh, it's never gonna happen.
after rigging it last week, we'll go back to our normal. But I'm not gonna tell you guys how I chose this. So you're just gonna find out by how I pick it. All right. And with the first pick in the episode 107, Three Guys Talking Ball draft, the first pick is Ethan Price.
He cheated, but it's fine. I win.
Did not cheat. Second pick is
Lucky 13 for Ethan tonight.
Yeah.
me. And Grant, you're the caboose.
Coming
You're
up in the
holding it
rear
up.
tonight.
Now, do you guys have a guess of how I picked this? Of how I came up with Ethan for the Lions, me for the Vikings, Grant for the Bucks?
Would it be 8 hours away or something?
Nope. It was I chose this based.
Ethan was the Lions,
Yep.
and Dylan, you were the Vikings,
Yep.
and I was the Bucks. I got nothing. I'm trying to come up with something, but I have no fucking
The
idea.
last team they beat in the playoffs? I have no idea. No, I can't do
No.
that.
No.
So I chose it based off of if you guys weren't fans of your respective teams, who you would be fans of. And I know, Ethan, I remember you at one point did say that you would be a Lions fan if you weren't.
Lions. Yep.
So me, I think it's pretty obvious I'd be a Vikings fan. And then Grant, I had no idea, so I just went with the Bucks because you go to Tampa quite a bit. So and you
That
have a
is true.
Tristan Wirfs jersey.
And
so,
I do have a Tristan Wirfs jersey.
Am I right in that, or who would be the team you'd cheer for?
Hold on, give me a second here.
Oh boy.
So I'm back.
Oh, there it is.
Thanks,
Noise.
Caleb. Thanks, Caleb, for the hat. Pewter and red all day. I do go to Florida all the time, Dylan, but I think just off of the style and how this team plays and how I like with their philosophy, I'd say the San Francisco 49ers.
But they're in California though, so you can't like them.
And that is a problem. That is the one fault about the Niners, but just the way Shanahan runs his offense and how they built that defense with all the horses up front, that's how I'd build a team. So San Francisco, but I'll stick with being the Florida man, so go Bucks.
Okay, there it is. So, Ethan, now who do you have as your surprise team of the week in the NFL?
I'm going to go with the Patriots solely based off of how surprisingly terrible they are. They are just god-awful. They probably shouldn't be in the league at this point. That Instagram post I shared you guys a couple weeks ago where it was like, remember the Titans scene where you love football? And they're like, yes. And then it just dramatically gets worse and worse. Like, we are at rock bottom. We hate football if we are a New England Patriots fan. It is not fun. It is not good to watch. I mean, Belichick, he's got to be so embarrassed at this point. Like, best coach ever, and now he literally makes Brad Childress look good.
Like, is he going to have a job next year?
I mean, at this point, you got to question it. Like, they are so freaking bad. But yeah, that's my team.
The bad thing is I had them covering too, because it's the Chargers and everybody covers against the Chargers, and they couldn't even do that.
Was it 5.5, Dylan?
It was 5.5.
One more field goal would have done it.
And if they don't turn the ball over in the red zone like their second drive of the game, they do cover.
Or they win the game 7-6.
Or all they had to do was get a field goal.
Just get a field goal.
Just get a field goal. And that's plagued them all year is that they get inside the 20 or around the 20. It's like, here, you just have the ball back. I don't want it.
And it's so crazy because when they had Tom and Jules and Amendola and Gronk, they got in the red zone. It was a matter of not if, but when they scored a touchdown. And now they can't do anything.
They're
I mean,
allergic.
geez, they look like the Iowa Hawkeyes out there. It might be worse. It might be worse.
It could be worse. But hey, congratulations to Phil Parker on Defensive Coordinator of the Year.
He deserved it. When Joel Klatt had to come out with that nonsense, sorry, Dylan, that it was the Michigan coach, I was like, that is so dumb. That Michigan team was loaded top to bottom. When he had to step in as acting head coach, all he had to do was not mess it up. Just here's an idea: get Blake Corum the football. You know what? I could have said that.
Call a timeout 6 times a game and don't fuck it up.
Exactly. Don't let JJ McCarthy.
And Sharon, to his credit, he was aggressive. He did some pretty ballsy things that, like, if you would have said Ryan Day was the more experienced head coach in that game and watching it, you would have been shocked because Sharon Moore outcoached him by a mile in that game. Same thing he did.
But again,
same thing he did against Penn State.
Back to Phil Parker here. No other assistant coach meant more to his team than what he did to the Iowa Hawkeyes. You take Phil Parker away from that defense, and that team is 3-9 this year.
Buddy,
maybe 2-10. Maybe 2-10.
They might not win a game.
It was. He so deserved that award, and he deserves a pay raise. And I don't understand why no other coach in America has gone after him. Him and Tory Taylor should get statues outside of Kinnick for their performances and what they've meant to Iowa the last few years. There
is a rumor Michigan State's going to throw just about a stupid amount of money at him, but I think he's so loyal to Kirk. I don't think it'll matter.
Michigan State already hired their head coach too,
defensive coordinator.
Gotcha. Okay.
Dude, I'm even surprised. A couple years ago, I guess to your point, Ethan, he's so loyal. But before Ohio State hired Jim Knowles, I would have thought that Ryan Day would have thrown the bag at him, and then he would someone I don't know. But
A&M.
to your point, exactly A&M. I didn't think Colin Clyde would leave Kansas State, but
it happened.
Money speaks, but.
I don't
know. I think you're right. I think Phil he's too loyal and he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, but back to the NFL here. I'm up, and I'm gonna go. I bounced around. I was not paying a whole lot of attention to the NFL on Sunday.
It was a bad week.
It was, but and then the one game I wasn't able. The one game that was supposed to be good was a blowout, and I didn't get to watch much of it either because I had to be somewhere else. But I'm gonna go with the Cincinnati Bengals. Jake Browning adopted the Joe Burrow method of F it, Jamar down there somewhere. 32 of 37, 350 yards, touchdown. I thought Zach Taylor did a heck of a job calling the game, keeping them balanced on offense. Ran the ball for another 150 yards. Jaguars defense could not get off the field on third down. Not allowing that pass rush to pin their ears back and just get after Jake, which you want to do with a backup quarterback, an inexperienced quarterback. So that's why the Bengals are my team of the week. On the road in Monday Night Football, big stakes. Everybody was writing them off. Their season was done with Joe Burrow being out, but credit to Zach Taylor and the rest of the Bengals for finding a way to pull out a win.
Yeah, so I'm up here. I'm gonna have to go with the Indianapolis Colts. On Sunday, getting a big dub down there in Nashville, getting to 7-5 on the year. And the one coach we're not talking about enough is Shane Steichen. D'Amico Ryans is getting all the credit in the AFC South. Now, what Shane Steichen and his staff are doing is truly incredible. And the offseason signing of Gardner Minshew is absolutely huge. Let's call a spade. Anthony Richardson goes down with a shoulder injury. We're like, oh, they're done. Write him off until next year. They'd have no offensive weapons. But Shane brought Gardner in. He was comfortable with the system last year in Philadelphia. And, Gardner played great on Sunday. 312 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He had 1 fumble. And also, Michael Pittman Jr. is becoming a stud right in front of our eyes. I'm really excited.
Really good.
Yeah, he's really good. He's becoming a one in Indy, and the future is bright. I mean, if they can get another receiver, and AR-15 comes back next year, watch out. But yeah, got to give some love to Shane Steichen and the Colts for this past weekend, getting 7-5, and then this at the season end today, they're the 6th seed, playing in Kansas City.
Ooh, dicey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so funny story about that, Grant, because last week when I said that I had the Colts and Titans as a throwaway game, that's funny how things come around. Is that they were your team of the week.
Yeah.
And after that game, my dad calls me and goes, "Yeah, D, the Titans aren't making the playoffs."
No, they're not, and they might be looking.
Well, we got your told you so,
Dad. Yeah.
And they might be looking for a new head coach because if I'm Vrabel, I'm getting out of Nashville. That place is a disaster.